Boys, I recently changed my play style in MX bikes, and I am up to 5 seconds a lap faster now than I was before. I used to tap my stick when I would turn, and I'll show you guys what I mean. When I would turn, I would go like this. I would tap in some of my corners. I talked a lot about this in my 25 tips and 2500 hours video, that when I would turn, I would tap like this instead of being smooth on it like this. And I recently changed all my settings, which I will show you coming up, to be smooth, and I completely changed how I've been playing the game to adapt to the smooth settings. And boys, my previous lap on this track, this is TFC's Redbud or Buchanan, was a 54, and as you can see, I ran a 49. You see it bottom left. And to be honest, I'll show you that lap. If I can't beat it, I'll show you that lap at the end of the video. I think the thing that amazes me is, like, I still don't feel comfortable on these settings. There's lots of those little like hiccups, and I'm already going 5 seconds a lap faster. It's actually crazy. I'm telling you, boys, if you guys are tapping, you are absolutely throwing. And not to say that you can't be fast. Like, there are some guys that are on, you know, there's some really fast guys. What's his name? Boardman. Boardman is really, really fast, and he taps. But, man, I truly believe you guys, if you're tapping your left stick, you guys are absolutely holding yourself back. Now, if you look at my controller overlay down there in the bottom left, you can see that I'm holding my left stick forward, and I think this is oh my gosh, guys, look at the freaking corner speed. It's disgusting. I think that's something that Linz actually, that's where I learned it from, was from Linz. I think he does it, or he used to do it, or something like that. Personally, I can't just turn my steering, like, you know, my steering like this, left and right. I have to hold it forward. There's something about it that just, I don't know if it's because I'm tapping, but that constant pressure forward really helps me. So I would encourage you guys to, if you're struggling with leaning, try just holding forward on your stick and rotating your stick around the circle, so you use like the circumference of the controller's, you know, boundaries, versus than having to be completely precise. But like, if anyone's ever watched my streams or anything, you guys know, I mean, you guys know how much I tap, and it's made me really inconsistent, and it's really hard to be precise, especially in outdoors. And man, it was like, as soon as I switched to these settings, I mean, everything just like that, like, I don't know why, because I'm not really holding the controller different in any way, but like, I'm able to, I feel like, drag the brakes a little bit longer, you know, like trail brake is what they would call it in car racing, a little bit like longer into the corners than I used to be able to do. Like, I don't know, there's just something about it that just, dude, and I feel like corners, corners I would have to let off before, I could just send into it, man. This corner right here coming up is one that I've noticed I can, oh my goodness, like, I didn't even touch the brakes going into that corner. It's crazy. Also, I think it's important to note that this is 1 week on these settings, or it's actually less than a week. I changed Friday night after aerial, so that was like a 52 right there, which that lap alone was pretty sloppy, and that lap alone was already 2 seconds faster than my previous PR. Like, you can go so fast with these settings. The things that I think are hard for me, if you're a tapper, switching would be, like, for me, it's like the fine-tune movements. Like, if I'm riding around riders, like in a race or something, making sure I don't hit them, or cross-jumping seems to be really difficult for me. But I think that's just because we're really, really new to these settings, and I don't have like any of the muscle memory down. But boys, like, you could go so fast, it's actually crazy. It's, oh, I mean, like, oh, Bro, like, you could go so fast. Oh! Okay, so, like, those are the things that I struggle with, is some of those transitions like that. When you go from left to, you know, or in that case, yeah, left to right. Those are kind of hard for me. And I think I'm still getting used to that. But, man, or, like, flat corners like that, being able to stay, like, on the throttle. Because when you're tapping, I feel like you like, completely... Every time you tap, you kind of take the risk that you're going to tap a little bit too much and tuck the front. Or you take the risk that you're not going to tap enough and you're going to over or understeer. And it's really, I don't know, I just feel like I'm able to be so much more precise. Like, I think I would have went over the berm right there, and that, just right there, because I had to brake going through that corner. But because I have consistent steering now, when I'm braking, I'm still able to turn. And when you're tapping, it's like you're just not in control. It's actually mind-boggling how little control you have if you tap. My one change is change your freaking play style, boys. Start playing like this, and you'll see. I promise. It's a little hard to get used to, but I promise you'll get used to it. I'm on an absolute burner right now, so I want to see if we can stick with this lap. I'm gonna try to focus up a little bit. But we'll see, we'll see, we'll see. Ooh! Alright, I'll focus, I'm focused. Lost a little bit of time there. We're still up. I would love to run a 49 for you guys. No, I missed the run. Oh, that's so sad. Still a burner, though. I mean, just look how much, like... Okay, so that's something I struggle with, too. Is like over jumping. I think you guys can tell though. I mean, I don't know, but I can definitely tell, and I think you'll be able to tell. I was streaming yesterday and some people were talking about how they could tell that I looked a lot faster. Maybe not as consistent because I'm still getting used to him, but a lot more smooth. Oh my, I mean, look at that, bro. You don't even have to let off. So it's crazy. All right, well, let's show you. Let's see if I can hit Larocco's on the 250. This Larocco's actually pretty hard. I'm going to go fourth gear into the corner, not letting off, downshifting into third. Guys, I didn't touch the brakes. And barely get over it. Oh, that was W. All right, that was going to be a 50. That was a really fast lap. So let's take a look at my settings here. So this is what I'm currently running. Again, I'm still messing around with this. Even at the beginning of this video, I was on 200. And right before I switched to to start recording, I went down to 185 on linearity, and it made a huge difference. But again, so this is what I'm running: gain 93, direct lean 47, smooth is huge, dead zone is 10. I think that's just because my controller does have a bit of stick drift, and I kind of like the dead zone. I don't know. Here's my throttle settings. Really nothing in there. Brake settings. I guess I'm just showing you my settings now. Is my rear brake, blah, blah, blah. Clutches, whatever. There is my forward back lean. This helps a lot, by the way, so do that. And then, yeah, rider lean, left and right. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If this brought you any sort of value at all, entertainment, tutorial type value, you learned something, you had a laugh, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 10K, baby. I love you. Peace.